Hi everybody, thank you for coming to catch my June forecast and mini readings. So if you're just here for the forecast, watch that and then go on about to your glorious Sunday. Otherwise, stick around for mini readings afterwards. And the way that works is that you put in the comments that you would like me to pull a card for you. I'll ask that you wait till the end of the forecast to do it, so I've not got the distraction of all the comments following through on the screen. And I will go through the comments as they show up and I will pull a card for you. So today's forecast for June is with the Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom deck. And for me, I love decks. I have like 50 of them. And in fact, I am in collaboration with Nick Colette, who is the author of Deckable, which is an oracle deck. It's like an online digital program that will allow people like me to create our own decks digitally. We will be able to add audio, video, do all kinds of cool things and make it so that you can go online, purchase the deck. And with my deck, which has some really vibrant, stunning images that will really evoke things for you, each card will also be giving you suggestions for how to use that card, things that you need to do to really work with it. And I'll also be putting my own custom spreads in there for you to play with. So I will give you more information once the app is ready to launch, but that is in the works and I'm super excited. Hi, Lynn. So I was just letting you guys know I'm in the middle of producing my own oracle deck. It'll be digital. And once the program, which is called Deckable, is good to go through Android and iOS, I'll be able to promote it. You'll be able to go on and purchase it. And you'll be able to do meditations or journaling, use different spreads. I'll be putting my own custom spreads in along with my own custom deck. So there's going to be a lot of really cool things coming up. So that's in the works. And once that's ready to launch, I will let you know. So today's June forecast is using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And I'm rather liking the cards that came up this time, because the first one we get, and thanks, May. She says I look wonderful. The first card we have is the Higher Power card. And when I think of this card, I think of the idea of, hi, Michael. Good to see you too. I think of the idea with this card of investing everything you do with the sacred. I'll explain what I mean by that. I had a friend who drove bus for a living. This is back when I lived in Ontario. And, you know, I doubt very much Big Al will ever see this, but hi, Big Al. He was this gentle giant of a man. And every single person who got on his bus got a compliment, a joke, a smile, some connection, some beautiful human connection with every single person who got on his bus. And he so inspired that level of kindness in other people. There was one time I was sitting on the bus and I watched 5 people get on the bus and hand him a coffee. Can you imagine? So, you know, here he was being a bus driver, but he was imbuing everything he did with the idea of serving humanity. How many of us get up in the morning and we just go about our day kind of introspective, like trying to just deal with our own stuff, and we don't think about how we can make a difference and reach out to others. And Janet, thank you for popping in. Lovely to see you. And I hope you can come back another time or later. So when I'm going to go back because some of you are just popping in. The first card in this month's forecast is Higher Power. So think about how you can imbue your life with the sacred. Whatever you do for a living, whatever you do, getting up and taking care of your family or yourself, can you imagine it's the universe working through you to help you walk your path, to make a difference in your world? You know, a lot of what, oh, that's great, Janet. Thank you. This is in her wheelhouse right now. Yes. A lot of what I've been focusing on in the last few years has been helping people to move from conditioned consciousness, what we're taught by our parents, teachers, society from the time we're born, to go to our original consciousness, the consciousness that was born into this world prior to that conditioning, which is waiting for us to discover it. So I have an online course, Soul Decision Leadership. I'm now getting ready to launch an oracle deck to go with it. You can use it with the course or use it standalone. I've shifted my course. So now instead of spending thousands of dollars to take the whole thing, you can actually just go in module by module. Every module gives you a channeled video session, 5 lessons, and each lesson has exercises to do. So I love the fact that this month is focused on working with your higher power. We can really get stuck in the mundane world of, oh, these are the things I have to do every day. What's the point? Or we can realize we are divine beings who chose a human experience because there's certain things we wanted to learn, certain things we wanted to offer on this plane of existence. And that is all divine energy channeled through us with our human bodies as the conduit to literally bring heaven to earth. So how can you look at what you're doing today and every day as part of your divine purpose? How can you bring the sense of the sacred to what you do? It was Gandhi who said, whatever you do, however insignificant it may seem, it's very important that you do it. My friend Al maybe didn't even think it was very significant that every single person who got on his bus was given a warm greeting or some connection, some loving connection. But it was significant to every one of those people who'd step on the bus and hand him a coffee. They received this loving energy from him and they wanted to give back. How often do we have the opportunity to engender kindness by being kind that we might miss? So that's the first card, the idea of higher power. How can you imbue your life with the sacred? The next card came in upside down, reverse meaning. It is chaos and conflict. So, yay, it's a reverse meaning. We like that. Why do we like that? Because this card in reverse says the chaos and conflict is good. Sometimes we need our world shaken up so we will look at things in a new way. This is saying whatever seems to be just flying apart at the seams in your life right now, go with it. It's taking you somewhere new. It's taking you somewhere good. Okay? Not all change is incremental. Sometimes we have to have a big shift. And if you think about it, if you think about whatever you have been placing the intention to do going forward, if you placed an intention to make a big change in your life, well, the universe is going to cooperate with that and not necessarily the way you anticipated. So sometimes what will seem like a loss, like, wow, I just lost that job, or I lost that friendship, or I lost that prized object, something went wrong. It's the universe clearing obstacles. It's making space for something new to come into your life. So do your best to just move with whatever is coming up right now and try and find that calm in the center of the storm. Try to be the observer of the change and not get pulled off track by it. And the last card says a change in the wind. So it's saying anticipate going forward. There are going to be changes, but again, this card is coming from a positive place. So expect the unexpected. But all the cards this month are really pointing to potentially having the rug pulled out from under us. But this is why I'm really emphasizing the higher power card, imbuing everything with the sense of the sacred. Because the idea is then when something happens that you didn't anticipate, instead of going, why is this happening to me? You go, how is this happening for me? What is the universe trying to do for me? What is it clearing the way for? And sometimes it's just having the trust. I don't know what it's clearing the way for, but I'm just going to openly welcome whatever shows up next. Okay? So when you start to think of things that way, like everything is happening in perfect order, I may not understand the order, but it's perfect, then you don't waste a lot of energy fighting against what is. You start to look at, okay, this is happening. How do I work with this? How do I welcome this? How do I bring the sacred into this situation as well? You know, when the monks are in the monasteries, the one who's sweeping the grounds sees that as just as sacred a task as the person sitting there giving the teachings. It's all sacred. So that's the thing I want to leave you with this month in terms of looking at the forecast going forward. There's going to be shifts. Some of them are going to be major. You may very well feel like the rug got pulled out from under you. You never saw this coming. But trust, it's all for the good. There's nothing negative in these cards. It's just saying some of the changes that need to occur are going to be potentially dramatic, but they're going to be for the good. So keep bringing the sacred into it. Okay, here's my spiritual path. And you know, if you do go, okay, Benita, I'm really stuck in my conditioning. I'm stuck in my old patterns. I don't know how to change this. Then, you know, come and see me, either by Zoom or in person. We can do session and get to what your core patterns are that are operating. Help you bring them to consciousness so they're not running the show anymore. Or take a look at my online course, soul-decision-leadership.com. That's SOUL. And see if there's anything that resonates for you there. You can take it module by module, or you can jump to one that grabs you the most. But this is a time for accelerated human evolution. We are evolving in our consciousness. That's why so many of the people that are in my type of work are providing extra tools now, providing these opportunities. And I've got a lot of people that are doing the ongoing work because they're going so deep, so fast now. So if what I'm doing is resonating for you, fantastic. If it's not, maybe there's somebody else out there that does, but this is the time to really listen to your inner voice and start acting on it, even if it takes you out of your comfort zone. Now, all that being said, I'm going to lay these lovely cards aside. I've got my trusty deck here, and I'm going to have a sip of water, and then I'm going to start going through and pulling cards for whoever asks. So if you would like me to pull a card for you, please put it in the comments that you would like me to do so. Because if you just say hi, I'm saying hi back, but I won't pull a card out of respect for your privacy. So you do have to place that intention and ask. Thank you. Okay. And I see that Dennis would like a card pulled. Okay. Ooh, Dennis, we have the guilt card. Okay. When I see this card for you, I feel like you're being hard on yourself for a situation that you don't have a whole lot of control over. Sometimes other people, when they're unhappy, they'll project things on us. And when we are kind, sensitive souls, we'll wear it and we'll go, oh my God, how can I fix this? What did I do wrong? So this card is saying, be gentle with yourself, get some perspective in this situation. It's not all you. Somebody else has responsibility to take in this situation as well. So just don't be hard on yourself. And you might even need to take a little time away for yourself before you can address this further. Okay, that's what I get for you. I'm just scrolling here, make sure I don't miss anybody. And Michael says, been in that exact situation many times, Benita. Yes, talking about the forecast. Yes, I suspect a lot of people can relate. And there's Jill wanting a card. You're very welcome. Okay. Jill, you get the letting go card. So when you think about your life, you think about all the pies that you have to have a finger in, all the things you have to do. What can you delegate? What can you put off till later? Taking your time, slowing down, doing what you can do. And quite honestly, sometimes saying to people, I can't fit that in right now. you're going to have to take that one on yourself. So this is not a time to be Superwoman. There you go. Okay. And Norma. Okay. Norma, you get the schizophrenia card. So let me explain this card a little bit. I've always thought the name was kind of strange, but it does make sense once you know what it means. So if you look closely, you see a person stuck between a rock and a hard place. So this card is about having a decision to make that either way you go, somebody's going to be unhappy about it. So if you're getting different people projecting different opinions on you about what they think you should do, this card is basically just saying, go your own way, do your own thing, and just realize you can't please everybody. So it's time for you to really focus on what matters to you. And even if you don't have somebody else weighing in on an opinion, if there's something you're holding yourself back from doing because you're going, at my stage in life or with my whatever condition you want to apply, I don't know if I can get away with that, give it a go. Try those things you want to try, and instead of talking yourself out of it, sometimes you don't know if something's going to be right for you until you get your feet wet. So go for it. Okay, Kathy, I'd love to have you pull a card for me, and I would be happy to. Okay. Kathy, you get the exhaustion card. Okay? All the running around, all the stuff you're trying to do, you have taken on too much, and that whole idea of I'll rest when I die, no. This also can say your health will suffer if you don't start living a more balanced life. I think because you have a lot of creativity and a lot of enthusiasm, you can take on a lot, you can bite off more than you can chew and then feel stuck. Sometimes it's okay to say no to something you committed to when you realize you've got more on your plate than you can handle. It's really, really time for you to start putting down some things. Okay? That's for you. Okay. And hi, May. All right. I will pull a card for you. May, you get the guilt card too. What's with you guys being so hard on yourselves today? So May, this feels to me like it's potentially a family member, perhaps a younger family member that you're worrying about, and it's not your path to walk. It's just be there if your assistance is asked for, but you really have to let go of this one and not wear it as a burden on yourself or think that it's something you should have been able to see in advance or resolve. Really, you will need energy later on to be of assistance. So right now, let it all go so that energy will be there when you need it. All right? Okay, and you're welcome, Dennis. Let's see here. Janice. Hello, so nice to see you. I'd love a card, please, Benita. You got it. One sip of water before I tea. Okay. Ooh, Janice, you get the experiencing card. It's spa time. So this is all, you see this woman, she's in a beautiful environment and she's just loving life. So this is all about sensuality, pleasure, doing the things that feed you body, mind, and soul. This is all about the good life. So it's saying now put down the chores. And, one thing I've tried to do recently, because I work all the time. I love what I do so much. I'm always working. I have to book time off to not work. And I've started having what I call my lazy days. So about once a week, I have a day where I just indulge myself. I just, get up late, just do the things I want to do, see the people in my life that I can. And so this is what this card is saying. It's like, take time to really appreciate, because we can be so busy in our lives that we miss so much, grab those golden moments, stop. And one thing I like to do is close my eyes. And when I open my eyes, pretend I'm somebody who's never seen my environment before. And when I open my eyes, I look around, and it's amazing. It'll be like, I haven't looked at that beautiful plant in a year. Well, except for watering it. They do live. I haven't noticed that crystal or that photograph of that loved one, because we tend to block that stuff out. Look at what's going on around you and really appreciate everything. What you appreciate appreciates. You want more of something, love what's already there, and show that appreciation so the universe will throw more energy your way. That's what I get for you. Okay. And Teresa says, hi, love your hair. Thank you. So just for those of you who are curious about how do you make this happen, I don't know if you've heard of plopping, but you take your hair when it's wet, and I use a conditioner for curly hair, and I use keratin oil. And what I do is, I used to just hold it like that, plop it like that, but I'll actually twist the whole thing. I'll hang my head down, twist the whole thing into a coil, put, one of those head things over it, head wraps that you sleep with for the night. And I wake up in the morning and it does this. And it's good for a couple of days. So yeah, if you've got this kind of hair, I'm part Italian, part Calabrian, a little bit of black blood in there somewhere that gives me a natural kink, and then I get this. So just so that for those of you who want to have a little fun. Let's see who else there is here. Michael. Okay. Michael says, please pick a card for me. And you're welcome, Dennis. Okay. Let me just check here. All right. Michael, you get the trust card. Let me feel into this for you. This feels like life is changing for you. Some of the things you've always done, you may not be continuing to do, and the letting go of that and allowing for space for something new to happen might be challenging because it's directly connected to your identity. So the trust card is basically saying when you let something fall away, at least this, in your case, this is what it is. You have to trust something new will arise, but sometimes it will mean an emotional shift. So if there's certain things you've always gotten up every day and done, and that's changing, and your identity is strongly connected to that, you may need to grieve the loss of that part of your identity before you can allow something new to occur. So it's just saying, go with things, allow yourself to feel everything in this transition, and trust that it is taking you in a good direction. Okay? All right, just gonna make sure I don't miss anybody here. And you're welcome, Jill. And there I see Lynn. Okay, I'll pull a card for you. So while you guys are here, everybody who's popped in, I see you. I love that you've shown up. I don't pull a card for you unless you put in the comments that you want me to, because I want to respect your confidentiality. So if you show up and you want a card, just send me a little note in the comments. Okay. So I'm doing one for Lynn. Lynn, we get the exhaustion card for you. If you've got other people making demands on you, you're at a point in your life where you can say no, and if they don't like that, that tells you something about their character and the worth they assign to the relationship they have with you. If there's traveling involved, if you're traveling more than you want to, if there's a lot of demands being made, sometimes we really get stuck in our roles. You know, because I have this relationship with this person, this is what is expected, and therefore I have to deliver. And sometimes you just can't. And whenever I see this card for people, I always think, take care of you before your body makes you. If you push yourself too hard, you might end up with an illness, because sometimes people who can't say no to other people, their body will do it for them. And wouldn't we all prefer that our bodies don't have to do that? So it's saying, really listen to yourself. Take breaks when you need to, and if you've overcommitted, say no. And even saying, hey, I know I made this commitment to you, but I really bit off more than I can chew, and I'm sorry to disappoint, but I need to say no. That's okay. People who care about you will get it and will be supportive. Okay. You're welcome, Kathy. Angeline, yes, I'd be happy to pull a card for you. Okay, so Angeline, I feel like you're kind of jumping between two paradigms right now, because I wasn't allowed to pull the first card I was going to pull for you, and I got this one instead. And this feels like a potential paradigm for you, that you might not be there yet, but the universe is kind of going, here's a possibility. Lately, when I've been seeing this card for people, it's basically reaching out to the world. I've seen it as online work. So when I'm seeing this card for you, it's suggesting broadening your horizons, connecting with more people, but it might be in a way that you're not completely comfortable. It might be outside your comfort zone. So it's saying this is a potential, but you don't have to do this. It's just there if you decide you want to. And just so you all know, if anybody needs a website built, anybody needs to get online and doesn't know how, I do that too. So just contact me and I'll give you all the information you need. You can also go to my Facebook page, Website Design You Can Afford. So that's what I get for you. It's reaching out more. It feels very dynamic, exciting, fun, but challenging. So it's just the universe going, hello, this is a potential, but we're not going to push you into it. You have to place the intent to go there. You have to choose it. Okay, Colleen, and I am still available, so I'm happy to help you. Colleen, ooh, you get the Mind card. This is a lot of overthinking. And this card I can see especially when somebody's in a situation where they're trying to feel okay with something they're not okay with. You know, when you rationalize, well, this person acted this way because, so I'm going to cut them some slack, or I'm still in this icky situation because it's where you refuse to acknowledge, or it's uncomfortable to acknowledge that you need to make a change. So you tell yourself it's okay, but it's really not. So think about that thing you maybe procrastinated on, maybe haven't wanted to admit you needed to address. But I can feel in my heart chakra a lot of discomfort around this. And I'm getting the sense you really do need to act on this soon. Okay, if you need to have me tune in privately, go into more detail, I can. But what I'm getting right now is you've let this go too long. Okay? There you go. All right, you're welcome, Norma. Just scrolling, folks. Michael says, I work too much, Benita, but it's in my soul. I know, Michael, but you've been taking such good care of yourself. I think this is just part of the self-care. May says, oh, brother, it's an experience to be a mother, but need not be worried. Have faith, trust, and eat some curry. You're welcome. Janice is beautiful. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Michael, wow, amazing. Thank you very much, Benita. Things are changing for me, and I've opened up and I'm receptive to it. Yes. Lynn says, thank you. You're welcome, Michael. Karen. Okay, Karen. Pulling a card for Karen. And you're welcome, Angeline. All right. Okay, Karen, we have the postponement card. So this isn't saying that the situation you want isn't going to make you happy. It's saying that you can't get there yet. When I think of this card, I often think 80% planning, 20% execution. So think about the situation as you're planning for it, you're working toward it, but I feel like there's a couple of little details. You want to look more closely at the situation and make sure you've really dotted your I's and crossed your T's, because otherwise you might get a surprise. Now, we just went through Mercury retrograde, and there's always a warning with that, not to sign contracts during that time, because something will be in the contract you either didn't notice, or something will happen with it that ends up not being to your liking. It can also be, sometimes we buy electronics that screw up. So it's just saying, in this situation, look at all the details you might have missed, because there might be one or two things that sort of surprise you later on, and maybe not in the most pleasant way. It doesn't feel terrible. It feels inconvenient. Like, oh man, I didn't see that. Now I have to get to it. So it's just saying, if you're not getting where you want to go just yet, there's a reason for it. You need this time to look at it more closely and just make sure you're really happy with everything before you continue. Okay. Hi, Deb. Yes, I can pick a card for you. Deb, you get the moment-to-moment card. So it's basically saying, don't get too far ahead of yourself. This is not about rushing onto the situation, pushing the river. It's saying, sometimes the reason we can't move forward on something as quickly as we want is because other factors have to come into play. Maybe we're waiting for that person to make a decision, or that person to supply us with something before we can do the next thing. And it's just saying, don't push the river. Enjoy the moment you're in and just deal with the next moment. I'm also getting for you, try the Todoist app, Todoist. Because sometimes we overwhelm ourselves by trying to figure everything out in advance. What I like about the app is you put on there everything you need to get done, and then you put a timeline on it. And then it'll send you an email to say, here's what you need to do today. Instead of going, oh my God, I have so many things to do, you can go, that's a month away. I don't have to focus on that right now. You will be more focused and more effective in the moment if you're not crowding your mind with all the other things that need to be done, but not today. So that's what I'm getting for you. You're welcome, Karen. Actually, it's not a rose quartz. It's some kind of other, I think it's actually glass with some kind of stuff done on top of it. But it's one of my favorite funky necklaces, and it really goes with this top. And yeah, the pink is really vibrant. It's a kind of glass that's been treated. Hi, Monica. Yes, I'll definitely pick a card for you. Monica, you get the possibilities card. This feels like you've gone through some rough shakes, and now going forward, it's about, instead of trying to get back to where you were, who are you now going forward? What new possibilities exist because of old doors closing? Sometimes when something goes on in our lives, we're trying so hard to get back to who we were that we don't realize that everything happened to take us in a new direction. So we can either bemoan the way things have gone and the ways we feel limited, or we can go, okay, because of this, what is that now pointing me toward that I wouldn't have even looked at had this not occurred? So that's what I get for you. Okay. I'm scrolling. Okay. You're welcome, Angeline. Patricia, yes, happy. A card for you too. Patricia, we get the maturity card for you. And what this means is spiritual maturation. Sometimes it's going through a difficult situation because it's going to build character. Don't we all love those moments that are going to build our character? But that's basically what it is. So if you're going through something challenging right now, It's basically the universe taking you by the hand and going, okay, you got something to do, and no, we're not going to let you distract yourself, and we're going to put it in your face, and damn it, you're going to do it. So just try to roll with it, because on the other side of it is a sense of accomplishment, a new awakening, an awareness that wasn't there before. So as challenging as this card is, it's also one of the best you could possibly get, because it means you're ready for that level of development. Okay. And Deb says, are you inside my head? Yes, I could do with that app for sure. I love it. I love it. Enjoy. Hi, Irene. If anybody's on and wants me to pull a card, please put in the comments that you want me to pull a card, because if you just say hi, I don't want to disrespect your privacy and pull a card without you asking. Okay. Scrolling again. Hi, Yvonne. I would love to pull a card for you too. Yes. Yvonne, you get the flowering card. This might even mean you're out in your garden, but it's really you blooming. You're where you need to be to really step into your power, step into your own right now. If something matters to you, speak up about it. If you feel like you need to start doing something, start doing it. Don't let yourself get distracted by what everybody else needs from you. This is really about you doing what's important for you. So this is your time. Enjoy it and take it to its fullest. Whatever's important to you, whatever you really want to do, it's your time to do it. Okay. Irene, pull a card for you too. Irene, you get the dream card. So what we see here is a woman imagining her prince, whisking her off into her happy ever after, except that's an illusion. She's responsible for her own happiness. So it's basically saying if there's something in your life that's not working for you right now, you need to do something about it. It's, sometimes when, especially if it's in a relationship situation, we're hoping and waiting for the other person to clue in that we want things differently. Instead of just taking action ourselves. One thing I always like to do is have plan A and plan B. Plan A is, if I need to elicit somebody else's support or cooperation, I let them know. I don't expect them to read my mind. Plan B is if they can't or won't be, support me or work with me, what am I prepared to do for myself? That way you never feel like a victim, because you've always got something in your back pocket that you're prepared to do for yourself if the other person isn't at a place where they can participate. So there you go. Christina, hello. You would love a card? I will pull you one. Okay. Christina, you get the change card. The purple diamond at the bottom means major arcana. Lots of change coming up for you. And it feels like it may affect some relationships. So if you're, for example, moving and people say, oh, we'll stay friends forever, and some drop away, just know that they couldn't follow you into your new paradigm. It doesn't mean they don't care. It just means it's not their reflection anymore. So with this card, I'm getting for you change, but let go of what that looks like or how it affects things. Don't try to hold on to the old paradigm. Don't try to hold on to things that really, if there's no energy for something, there's no energy to continue an activity or a connection, let it go. Don't feel like you have to make everything continue all the time. When we let things drop away, or people or situations, it allows for something new to come in. So don't try to control how this goes, okay? Okay, and Irene, I pulled a card for you. Hi, Deborah. Miss you. I hope you're happy where you are now, and I would love to pull a card for you. Okay. Oh, Deborah, you get the exhaustion card. My goodness. If you've got several different lines of work going right now, I'm going to make a suggestion. Look at what you do and ask yourself, am I loving doing this? If not, drop it. Are people still asking for this? If not, drop it. It may be time to fine tune what you're doing so that you have more energy and more focus to really soar with those things that are still resonating for you. So it's time to really drop what there's no energy for. And this is for everybody. Move towards what moves you. If there's no energy for something, notice if you're just still doing it because you think you should, you think it makes you a better person, or because you promised. It's time to shift on that. Be good to yourself. Aw, thank you. Michelle, please, I need one. Yes. Okay, I'll pull one for you. Deborah says, totally got it. Yay. Okay. Michelle. Ooh, Michelle, you get the possibilities card too. This feels like it might be a home-based thing, like renovations or a move, but it feels rooted. Maybe not right away, but like you're heading towards feeling rooted. So you might be feeling a little adrift right now, but my sense with this card is you're moving toward a point where you go, I'm home, home in myself, home in my location. So if it feels a little drifty right now, it's saying, keep going with it, and really listening to your intuition so that you land where you're supposed to. Okay. Michelle says, wow, yes. Yay. Okay. All right. So unless somebody else jumps in real quick, asking for a card to be pulled, I'm going to wish you well. So for those of you that jumped on late, I want to let you know I am in the middle of getting ready to launch my own Oracle card deck. It's going to be a virtual one through an app called Deckable. So once Deckable launches, I'll let you know. You'll be able to purchase the deck through Deckable. It's images that I've generated using, my photo editing skills, and coming up with each card creates a certain mood. Is designed to actually trigger some stuff and bring things up for you. And the Deckable app is going to be amazing because you're going to be able to journal for each card. Those of us that are developers can add audio aspect as well, set up meditations for you. What I've always loved, is creating my own custom spreads. So I'm going to be putting my own spreads in there. There's going to be hundreds of people putting their decks in. The other thing I wanted to mention to you as well is my course, Soul Decision Leadership, is now set up so you can purchase by the module. I had people take the whole 12 module program and found that after 3 months, they were still sometimes working on the second or third module. They said I'm still working with some of the tools there because it's pretty robust. Every module has me channeling. So this channeled material, there's 5 lessons, and each lesson has different tools to work with, different exercises. So you can just get them as you need to work with them. If you're enrolled, you can jump onto a weekly Zoom call and talk to me about what you're learning, ask questions, and you can always purchase one-on-one time as well if you want to take it even deeper. So just wanted to put that out there. Exciting new developments. Check it out. I just want to support you guys every way I possibly can in the ways that work best for you. Thank you, Janice. I'm excited too. And Christina, thank you. And Michael says, great to see you again, Benita. You're looking great, and I hope you're feeling well. On both counts, yes, I'm feeling better, and I think that glow probably makes me look better too. So thank you so much for the compliment. Yes, just for those of you who wondered, because I have had a health concern, saw my doctor this month, and things are heading in the right direction. So yes, definitely feeling much better. Anybody else that wants a card, I'll give you just another minute because I am going to have to head off to the office soon. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I work on Zoom 7 days and evenings a week. And I have office hours Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, Sunday, day and evening, and Wednesday evenings downtown. So just because it's the weekend doesn't mean you can't see me. And I do parties. I do a lot of parties right now. So I am still immune compromised. So if I do a party, we got to do the mask thing. But I've been doing parties galore since April, like bachelorettes, girls' weekends. I come and I do readings for all of you. And one of the things that's really fun is a lot of times people say, well, can we all sit together and listen to each other's readings? I said, yeah, it is so much fun to do that. So just know that if that interests you as well, can always give me a call. We can set it up. And I do travel, like I come to you. And if you're in the Kelowna area, it's free. If you're a little further out, I charge a nominal gas fee. So it's all good. Thank you, Deborah. She says, looking great. Take care of yourself. I will. So thank you, everybody, for popping in. I'm so excited you all joined me today. I will post this. So if you're coming on now and the live is over, I'm sorry if you've missed me, but just listen to all the mini readings. If one resonates for you, trust that that's the one you needed to see. Everybody have a fabulous Sunday. I love popping in and seeing all of you. Thank you so much for all the lovely feedback. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye for now.